There's a game that I cherish, and with it has a character that I know all too well. And in that lies a love. Something like a couple being together for 50 years, I have that with this game. So let me say that for our next game for review, it's a personal favourite of mine, and anyone who speaks ill of it, I will hunt them down and kill them. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. It's Nathan Drake and he's back for his third grand adventure on the PS3. The sequel to the 2009 Game of the Year throws us back into cinematic action with characters we all know and love. Naughty Dog have had a lot to live up to with this Uncharted, and a lot of people were worried that its linear gameplay style might not hold up this time. Well, there's no worry of that here because this game is awesome. Let's check it out.
600 miles across. I like the immeasurable wealth part anyway.
Let's kick it off with saying that the Uncharted series has some of the best writing in gaming, and with Drake's Deception, it's at its pinnacle. Drake, Sully and Elena are all back this time, searching for the lost Atlantis of the Sands. But the story does so much more than just a treasure hunt. It goes deeper into the character, and generates a genuine care for what happens to them. Its drama can be touching, twists completely unexpected, and the action is immense. Drake's Deception ties together all these elements through gameplay and sharp cutscenes that it operates like some kind of interactive blockbuster movie, more so than its predecessors. The pace is fast, loading times are small, and it acts more like an experience than being a game. As a linear title, it never feels like you're constricted, and you never feel like deviating from the path, and if you do, you most always will be rewarded in some way. Menu screens are accessible, and the added customization options for multiplayer makes this Drake's most smoothest and biggest adventure yet. Uncharted 2 is one of the best looking games out, so it's no argument to say that Uncharted 3 could be the best graphically. Water, sand, facial expressions, character movements, fire, everything in this game is simply beautiful. It was hard for me to advance through the jungle level without stopping and looking at the water and how Drake's shirt gets wet or how realistically the sand creates footprints. It's these little features like Drake pressing his hand on the walls that really puts you into the game. It gives the character a sense of realism, and at no point do you feel like you're controlling a robot of some kind, but guiding an old friend to his destination. Whilst the cutscenes are performed and directed brilliantly, the banter doesn't stop there as they continue in-game. The music is as grand as the adventure, and you'll hear every sound from kicking cans on the ground to thundering explosions. Naughty Dog clearly knows how to showcase the PS3 with big titles like these.
Oh, thanks.
You may walk into Uncharted 3 thinking you know what to expect, but as soon as you start the campaign, you'll find something completely different. Let's start with the new melee combat, which is something that plays a big part in the game. It's harder, faster, and being able to fight two at once or knock enemies with random objects is just awesome. Gunplay hasn't changed much, but it's still as enjoyable as ever, and Drake gets a whole new bunch of moves and weapons that always bring a smile. Levels are more wide and varied, and taking cover and being stealthy is even better than it was before. And some of the missions in the campaign are so eye-opening and so spectacular that I often found myself just sitting in the chair and clapping to the screen. Exploring is a big part of the gameplay as you look for secrets and try to climb to objectives, and what's more, Naughty Dog have provided more puzzles that you'll need to decipher with your little notebook. All in all, the campaign is a grand accomplishment, and the rest of the game is just a great prelude. Multiplayer has been given some obvious care and treatment as you customize everything from your character to boosts and loadout, and you'll progress much more easily with more rewards and power plays. It's incredibly fun, and the co-op is just as good, making Uncharted 3 a spectacular package for any type of game. Uncharted 3 is unbelievably amazing. This is one of the greatest gaming experiences I've ever had. It's got great music, it's got great acting, it's got great graphics, it's got great gameplay, the story is unbelievable, it's absolute art, and every time I put it in and play it, I feel exactly the same way. Now, obviously, you can see that I am completely blown away by this Uncharted, so I'm going to give it a 9.96 out of 10.01! This is the highest review I've ever given.